Imagine an ordinary day. You take a breath, you exhale, and in the very next fraction of a second, your heart beats its final beat. On the surface, nothing dramatic happens. No flashes of light, no loud sounds, no instant vanishing. But inside your body, within milliseconds, one of the most complex biological processes in the universe springs to life. Your body doesn't simply switch off like a plug pulled from a wall. It activates a grand, final program. Most people think death is an instantaneous moment, but to biology, it is a process. And the most fascinating part begins exactly 1 second after your heart stops. Zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.5 seconds in, the alarm sounds. The heart stops pumping blood, and your blood pressure instantly plummets to 0. Yet your brain is still very much alive. In that first split second, your neurons realize the incoming stream of oxygen has been cut off. The hypothalamus and adrenal glands immediately dump a massive, final cascade of neurochemicals into the fading bloodstream. From zero point 0.5 to 1 second, the endorphin shield deploys. Your brain triggers a protective mechanism of extraordinary power, flooding the nervous system with endorphins, neuropeptides, and natural DMT. Its goal is to shield your consciousness from panic and pain. It is in this very first second that the brain creates that profound sense of absolute peace, calm, and warmth so often reported by those who survive near-death experiences. This isn't mystery, it's the merciful engineering of your nervous system. Between 1 and 5 seconds, an electrical storm brews. The impulses between neurons don't die out instantly. Instead, they synchronize. Scientific studies record a powerful surge of gamma waves during this window, the exact same brain waves responsible for dreaming, deep meditation, and memory retrieval. From 5 to 10 seconds, a kaleidoscope of memories unfolds. Because oxygen deprivation distorts the perception of time, these few seconds can feel like an eternity. The brain begins frantically scanning the hippocampus. Your life really does flash before your eyes in milliseconds, from childhood memories to the faces of loved ones. It isn't a hallucination. It's a neural network searching its archives for a familiar experience to save itself. Between 10 and 30 seconds, the cerebral cortex fades out. The electrical activity in the outer layer of your brain, the seat of logical thought, language, and self-awareness, begins to quiet down. Consciousness dims like lights fading softly in a theater before a movie. You no longer feel your body, hear external sounds, or perceive the passage of time. From 30 to 60 seconds, the brainstem remains on duty. While the cortex is offline, the oldest part of your brain makes a last-ditch effort. Your pupils dilate to their maximum, losing their reaction to light, and final reflex muscle twitches occur. The brain shuts down non-essential functions, routing its last bits of energy to core survival circuits. By 1 minute, cellular panic sets in. Deprived of oxygen, your cells lose the ability to produce ATP, the body's energy currency. Without ATP, cell membranes lose stability. A process called ischemia begins. Cells retain water, swell, and start to break down from within. Between 2 and 3 minutes, carbon dioxide and lactic acid build up rapidly in the tissues. Blood pH drops sharply into a highly acidic state. Yet even now, certain tissues press on. Your skin, bones, and corneal cells remain viable much longer, requiring far less oxygen than your gasping brain. From 3 to 5 minutes, you reach the threshold between clinical and biological death. This is the critical window where resuscitation is still possible. But past the 5-minute mark, neurons begin to die permanently. Autolysis, self-digestion, takes over. Enzymes that once processed food and recycled waste now breach cell walls, breaking down surrounding tissue. By 5 to 8 minutes, the final sparks fade. The immune system shuts down completely and the brain falls silent. All the microscopic processes that once coordinated trillions of cells into a single, living human being come to a halt. The body ceases to be a biological supercomputer and returns to raw matter. 8 minutes after your heart stops, the biological journey of yourself comes to a close. Death often terrifies us because of its absolute uncertainty. But under a microscope, a comforting truth emerges. Your body does not betray you at the end. In that very first second, and throughout the minutes that follow, your biological systems do everything possible to make the transition as soft, painless, and serene as nature allows. What looks like a terrifying end is actually a beautifully executed program, the final, ultimate act of care your body performs for you.